Hello everyone. Welcome to this comparison video where we'll be discussing two of the most popular cities for international students in Canada, Toronto and Vancouver. We'll be comparing them based on several parameters such as climate, part-time work opportunities, living expenses, visa success rate, and chances of PR. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of which city suits your preferences and priorities. Parameter 1: Climate. One of the significant differences between these two cities is their climate. Vancouver has a more temperate and mild climate with rainy winters and warm summers. In contrast, Toronto has a more continental climate with hot summers and cold winters. It ultimately depends on your preference, whether you prefer milder weather or extreme climate. Parameter 2: Part-time work opportunities. Both cities offer plenty of part-time work opportunities for students, but Toronto has a larger job market due to its larger population and more diverse industries. It's easier to find part-time jobs in Toronto than in Vancouver. However, Vancouver is still a good option for students who are looking for part-time work opportunities. Parameter 3: Student-friendly. Both cities have a welcoming and diverse student community, with plenty of resources available for international students. You can find a vast range of clubs, societies, and organizations in both cities, catering to the interests of international students. Moreover, both cities have excellent universities and colleges, providing high-quality education to students. Parameter 4: Visa success rate. Both cities have a high visa success rate for international students, but it ultimately depends on individual circumstances and documentation. As long as you fulfill all the visa requirements and provide accurate documentation, there's a good chance of obtaining a student visa in both cities. Parameter 5: Living expenses. Vancouver is generally considered more expensive than Toronto when it comes to living expenses such as food, rent, and transportation. Vancouver's cost of living is higher due to the city's higher demand and limited supply of housing. However, both cities are still more affordable than other major cities worldwide. Parameter 6: Rent. Vancouver has higher rent prices compared to Toronto, which can make a significant difference in the overall cost of living. The average rent for a one-bedroom apartment in Vancouver is around CAD 2,000, whereas in Toronto, it's around 1,700 Canadian dollars. You may want to consider your budget and lifestyle preferences when choosing a city to live in. Parameter 7: Grocery expenses. Vancouver is generally more expensive than Toronto when it comes to grocery expenses. Due to Vancouver's location, many food items have to be imported, making them more expensive. On the other hand, Toronto has a more diverse range of grocery stores and markets, providing more options for students on a tight budget. Parameter 8: Transportation expenses. Both cities have a good public transportation system, but Vancouver's system is generally considered more expensive. The public transit system in Vancouver is run by TransLink and uses a fare zone system, which means the further you travel, the more you pay. In contrast, Toronto's public transit system, the TTC, has a flat fare system, making it easier to budget transportation expenses. Parameter 9: Chances of PR. Both cities have a similar chance of obtaining PR, but it ultimately depends on individual circumstances and documentation. After completing your studies, you may be eligible to apply for PR in Canada. However, the eligibility criteria can be complex, and you'll need to fulfill all the requirements. Conclusion. Overall, both cities have their pros and cons, and it ultimately depends on your personal preferences and priorities. Vancouver may be a better option if you're looking for a milder climate and natural surroundings, while Toronto may be a better option if you're looking for a larger job market and career opportunities.